If you're at home right now, just do me a favor. Just stand up for a quick second. Get your left foot. Well, it depends if you're a southpaw or if you're a righty, but put your left foot in front a little bit and just kind of, you know what I mean? Kind of with me. Jab it a little bit, couple uppercuts, kind of get the whole thing in there. We got a lot to do tonight, Laker fans. And I appreciate you guys hanging out. I already know people are like, Al, hurry the hell up. Get on. I wanted to hear LeBron. I wanted to hear Anthony Davis. I was as wrong as can be. First off, this morning when I was doing my radio show, I thought the Lakers were going to beat the Clippers. And then through three quarters, I basically threw in the towel and was like, this ain't happening. I don't know what the hell is wrong with this team, but this team that we thought was going to have a sense of urgency clearly does not have a sense of urgency. You hear the guys on ESPN, there really just wasn't a buzz in the building. Lakers energy versus the Clippers energy. And then I don't know what the hell happened in that fourth quarter, but one of the best comebacks that I've seen the Los Angeles Lakers have. I mean, I'm trying to think, obviously there's been a lot of comebacks over the years, but at such a critical stage in the season, they had to have it. And I'm not saying that they had to have it like this, but they had to just come out with a W. Lakers outscore the Clippers 39-16 in the fourth quarter and end up winning this game. I still, to be honest with you, don't understand it. Don't know how it happened to be playing one style in one way. And like that, all of a sudden it just changes. And that momentum from down, what were they down? I think at one point down 21 to chip it down. A couple times the Lakers went on runs. But we got a lot to get into. I know I'm already jumping into it. I don't want to already jump into it. I want to spend some time telling you guys what I'm going to do. So we'll talk about the game. We'll talk about LeBron's greatness in the fourth quarter. Greatness. I don't care if you're 39 years old, you're 29 years old, or you're 19 years old. What that man was doing in the fourth quarter was literally the definition of greatness. I want to spend some time talking about LeBron, Rui hitting some big shots. D'Angelo Russell, I don't even know what the shot D'Lo has. The pass comes from LeBron, and as the pass is coming, D'Lo hits a big three. The bench, or no, I'm sorry, not the bench. The defense for the Lakers in that fourth quarter was obviously incredible. And then I guess the question comes down to for the Lakers is this something that they're going to build off of, or are the Lakers just going to continue to have good one, bad one, 2 good wins, 2 losses? I don't know, but if this thing doesn't turn them around, I don't think anything is going to. So we'll spend some time on that as well. I'm also going to call myself out because literally lost complete faith when Norman Powell hits that shot. I think it was Norman Powell that hits the shot. Was it Norman Powell or Mir Coffey? I think it was Norman Powell. Hits a shot at the end of the third quarter, and then Clippers get a bucket right to start the fourth quarter. It's a 21-point game. I'm like, this is not a good team. I don't know what you want me to tell you, but this is not a good team. So I'll eat some crow tonight because I deserve it. If you guys want to be a part of the show, feel free to throw the some comments in there. Super chat, of course, open. Feel free to put some comments in there as well. Shout out to Underdog Fantasy. They are a proud partner of the postgame show here. I got some picks for tomorrow. Steph Curry, Jalen Brunson. Those are the 2 guys. It's Knicks versus the Golden State Warriors. So I got to just eventually pick if I'm going to take higher or lower on that. And then we'll also preview Lakers and the Wizards tomorrow. Okay. A lot of comments here. I'm solo tonight. Our boy Sammy, who's interning here at Hoops Talk, is down with the flu tonight. So he's a no-go tonight. So I'll be having to just kind of go through the comments on my own here. Let's get back to the game. And I'm going to just jump right to the fourth quarter because I think jumping to the fourth quarter is what really everybody wants to talk about. And I think this is what everybody wants to hear. Things looked as bleak as they possibly could going into that fourth quarter. As bleak as they possibly could. And I'm not talking about just the game against the Clippers. I'm talking about just where the Lakers are right now in the season, how critical each one of these games are. Before the game started, I wouldn't shut up about if Paul George and Zubats are not playing, it's a very winnable game. Like, you should walk away with a win against the Clippers. and I've told you guys this before, if you guys have tuned into me, I feel like I watch a lot of Clipper games where the greatness that people talk about the Clippers, I don't think I'm watching those games. In the games that I've watched, they haven't looked great. Anyways, they got a great record, and over the last 7 games, they're 3-4. So they're struggling right now, but obviously the Clippers are a good team. Fourth quarter starts. What would give anybody the confidence that the Lakers are going to come back in this game? I mean, listen, maybe it could just be blind faith. Maybe it could be, I mean, you guys can go through whatever reason you think that the Lakers are going to come back. I had no faith that the Lakers were going to come back in this game. I truly, truly didn't. I'm going to read off a couple of stats here about the fourth quarter. Lakers come back from 21 points down in the fourth quarter, okay? That comeback from over 20 points in the fourth quarter, it's the first time the Lakers have done that in 20 years. So maybe that's part of the reason why I didn't think the Lakers were going to come back. LeBron on his own outscored the Clippers in the fourth quarter. LeBron James on his own, I think, had 19 in the fourth quarter, and the Clippers had 16 points. So Bron on his own took over the game. What was crazy to me, and just kind of watching it all unfold, because it kind of just happened. 8 minutes left to go or so, and you're like, game's not over. You know, if it's down to 12 or it's down to 10 or it's down to 9. But there was a stretch there where the Lakers got a couple steals and quick buckets. Austin Reeves with a steal. Who else won? Maybe Cam Reddish got a quick steal and a bucket. They might have both been Austin Reeves. I think one was an outlet pass to Austin Reeves. But they got quick buckets right away. And then Bron, in that fourth quarter, hit 5 threes. And every time he hit a 3, you thought to yourself, all right, that's a little bit more interesting. They would set a screen. It's not like the Lakers are doing anything special. And to be honest with you, I think most Laker fans who were watching that fourth quarter were probably saying to themselves, all right, this is a lot of ISO ball. So are we just going to watch LeBron? We're going to set a screen. You're going to get Daniel Tice on him, or you're going to get Harden on him, or you're going to get somebody. AD is going to get out of the way, or whoever the guard is that's setting the screen. And Bron's just going to take a 25-footer, 26-footer, and that's what the Lakers are going to rely on? Yeah, that's what they were going to rely on. And trust me, if this was any other game in any situation, or if Bron wasn't hitting those shots, a lot of Laker fans would be saying, what the hell are we doing? This is the plays that we're running. But Bron was hitting them. And Bron went to a stretch. I like the quote Anthony Davis had. AD put this during the postgame. Let me take the exact tweet. He said, Anthony Davis was sitting on the bench for most of that fourth quarter. And he said, sometimes you got to sit on the bench and witness greatness. And the reason why I took that quote is because even Anthony Davis was just sitting back and saying, all right, I'm just going to sit back here. And if LeBron James, it didn't feel like AD was going to bring the team back. It didn't feel like any individual was going to bring the Lakers back. Either Bron was going to do it single-handedly, or the Lakers were not going to come back in this game. And every step back that he took, they inched a little bit closer. Lakers got it even down to 5, and then shot clock running down. It might have been Norman Powell that hit a 3, and it went back up to 8, and it's like, yeah, that run is over. And then 7 seconds later, Bron's got the ball dribbling on the other side. It felt like Bron just basically said, I'm going to shoot this 3 anyways. Either I hit this 3 and we're still in the game, or basically the game's over. Bron hits a 3, goes back down to 5. Clippers got to call timeout. And, obviously the run kept going. Finally, when Anthony Davis checks back in, now Bron became the other player, where he became, okay, well, the Clippers are going to finally do something different. They're going to send a double team at Bron. Now all Bron has to do is make a decision and be the facilitator or be the decision maker. Hits Rui in the corner. Rui misses a 3. Lakers get the offensive rebound. Hits Rui again. Rui hits a 3. I think the next possession down, now Rui takes the ball to the basket, goes under the hoop again. It's a pass from LeBron James, and it's LeBron setting up Rui on both of those possessions. It's LeBron setting up D'Angelo Russell. Listen, the other guys got to hit the shots, which they did, but it was Bron on offense. It was Bron as a scorer. It was Bron as a facilitator. And it was also Bron on the other side trying to pick up Kawhi and play defense on Kawhi Leonard. I think that part is probably not going to be talked about all that much, is what Bron was doing on the defensive side of the fourth quarter. It wasn't just Bron. Cam Reddish comes back. I thought Cam was nice in the 20 minutes that he played. You had a few people that were running all over the place and trying to give the Lakers as much as they can on the defensive side. Lakers won the game. Yes, they scored 39 in the fourth quarter, but every quarter leading up to the fourth, Lakers were giving up 30 plus against the Clippers. 30 in the first quarter, 36 in the second, 30 in the third quarter, and then cut that in half, 16 in the fourth quarter. So as great as it looked like on offense, as much as the Lakers were making it happen on offense, as much as Bron was hitting all those shots, they don't win that game without that some of those defensive stops in that fourth quarter. And like I said from the beginning, and I'm going to say it again, I was not expecting that at all. And if you want to say, Slee, how can you lose faith? Oh, no, I can lose faith. And I was losing faith in that game. And again, I go back to the big picture of it all. It's not just one game against the Clippers in the regular season. We're running out of time here. 22 games now after this game against the Clippers. You're either moving towards the other teams or you're falling further behind. And the Lakers moved up back in front of the Golden State Warriors tonight. But now they would have been 2 games behind in the loss column to just the Warriors, not even some of these other teams. So obviously a significant win. And I'm still trying to figure out how they did it, but they found a way to do it. I want to find actually, let me see one thing on here. I want to see if there's any quotes. I'll try to look for them. And if I find any, then I'll put it out. Just curious if on the Clipper side of things, Ty Lue's side of things, if there was anything out there that was worth reading or anything along those lines. All right, let me start off with these comments. I got a lot of ground to make up here. Max Anderson, screw the Flippers and their fans. Lakers run LA. Is that a question? Because I don't think that's ever a question. I was kind of find it funny and I'm kind of the same way. I think I've reached a point where I just don't pay all that much attention to the Clippers, but the Lakers run LA part, I don't think anybody's questioning that. I appreciate the super, but I don't think that's a question that's running in too many people's eyes. At least not for me. I think that one's known. I mean, heck, this is the last. I'll throw this in here. It's a kid show, but sometimes you got to throw that in there. Last game between Lakers and Clippers of Quito. What a way to kick them out. That's a good way to put it. That is kind of the storyline coming into tonight's game is if they don't face each other in the playoffs, that's it. Lakers and the Clippers. Lakers and the Clippers from Crypto.com Arena. That could be the last time those two teams play against each other where it's a Clippers home game, right? Everything's going to now be in Inglewood. It's going to be at Intuit Dome. So that's why I think people are saying tell the Clippers to pack their you-know-what. Kevin, huge D'Lo 3. Huge D'Lo 3. Absolutely a huge 3. And I don't even know how he shot that shot, to be honest with you. I genuinely don't know how he shot that shot. Let me find some more of these comments here. It's going to be tough to keep track tonight. Slee, our final plays just to drain the clock suck. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that style as well. I'm really not. But I will say this. It worked tonight. It worked tonight because Bron was hitting his threes. How many threes did the Lakers end up with? I know Bron on his own had 7. Damn, 7 of 12 from 3 for Bron. Yeah, Lakers hit 14 threes. Most of those had to come in the fourth quarter. I mean, the Clippers just collapsed in that fourth quarter. Harden kind of was doing anything he wanted to do through the first 3 quarters, and then that went away. Even Russ, I thought, was having a pretty decent game early on, and then, it's Russ. Amir Coffey, Terrence Mann. Yeah, Terrence Mann was 7 of 9, but they just collapsed towards the end of that game. Look, this could be, and I'm not going to get too dramatic here, but this could definitely 100% be a game changer for the Lakers. Maybe. Maybe. We'll find out. I would love to say that this is going to kind of change the Lakers season, but it's a big one tonight because tomorrow you go up against the Washington Wizards. You're going to win that game. I know I sound overly confident now, going from somebody that was just turtling here an hour ago saying the season's over. But you're going to win Washington. Now you're 5 games over 500. This will be the most you'll be over 500 this entire season when they were 14-9 after the in-season tournament. So that's how big that game is. This game tonight, instead of falling a step back, what were they, 3 games over? You get now 2 games over 500. It gets you up to 4 games, and it really kind of puts you in a position to take on March. And we all know how tough March is going to be. Look at March. After tomorrow's game against the Wizards, tomorrow's February 29th. It's a leap year. March, Denver, OKC, Sacramento, Milwaukee, Minnesota, Sacramento, Golden State, 2, 4, 6, 7. That's your first 7 games of the month, and only one of those games are going to be on the road. So you need a little bit of breathing room as well. That's obviously going to be important. All right, let me read some more of these here, too. Me too, Alan. I was losing faith. I literally sent out a tweet saying this is not a good team. And then maybe I should do that more often. But I literally sent out a tweet, end of the third quarter. The way I was looking at things is this is the squad. This is the team that's supposed to have urgency. This is supposed to be the team that after the All-Star break, they're going to wake up and they're going to flick that light on. And they're already 1-2. The only team that they beat was an 11-team San Antonio Spurs team that's clearly not good. You lost to the Warriors. You lost to the Phoenix Suns without Bradley Beal. And then here you are about to lose to the Clippers without Paul George and without Zubats. This is supposed to be the team that we're supposed to say is going to go on a run. I lost faith. Let's read a couple more of these here. This is, I think, probably going to be the theme of this entire show tonight. Best game of the year. Hope this game gives us confidence that we make a good run. I think that's what every Laker fan is looking at right now. Every Laker fan is saying to themselves, every Laker fan out there is saying to themselves, can this be something that the Lakers can take moving forward? And I got to be honest with you, I don't have the answer to that because every time I've thought that this season, that has not been the case. So I don't want to give them the benefit of the doubt on it. All right, let me see. There was a comment here. No focus, intensity for 3 quarters in a must-win game. Just waited for a spark, and LeBron was a hero. Not repeatable. And let me stay on this comment here for a quick second because I think this is an interesting topic. I don't think you could have one unbelievable quarter and everybody's going to say, hey, watch out for the Lakers. Now, here's the thing that the Lakers, you can give them the benefit of the doubt on. They got LeBron and Anthony Davis. The only team that's got LeBron and AD, you can say, all right, well, those two have won a championship together. Bron has won multiple championships. Even though he's 39 years old, he's still showing that he can make things happen. The way I don't think you could look at tonight's game and say, watch out for the Lakers. However, to go on Leon's point that he's got here, which I think is a fair point, no focus, intensity for 3 quarters in a must-win game, which is very concerning. Just waited for a spark and LeBron was a hero. The not repeatable part, this is what I'll tell you. What I'll tell you is this is how you can wake up some people around the NBA, and I think Laker fans as well. I think, now granted, tonight was a nationally televised game. It was on ESPN. Everybody saw it. Everybody's going to be talking about it tomorrow. It was LeBron doing special things. So just naturally, there's going to be a lot of buzz behind this game. And more importantly for me than any of that stuff, there was a stat that ESPN had, and they're talking about how far Bron is. I think it was at halftime. Talking about how far Bron is from 40,000. It's incredible. 40,000 points. Bron's about to get to 40,000 points. He's probably under 40 points now, something like that, before he gets to 40,000. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but they're about to lose to the Clippers. Not that I'm undermining the accomplishment. Of course, no NBA players ever got to 40,000. It's just a ridiculous stat that that's going to actually happen. But in my head, I'm saying to myself, I'm like, yeah, they're going to lose to the Clippers. The point I'm making is if you really want to start churning some heads, you got that opportunity in March, right? Denver, OKC, Sacramento, who, by the way, is, just a couple games in front of you. You're going to face Sacramento twice in March. In a 1-week span, you're going to play the Kings twice. Then you got Milwaukee, you got Minnesota. So you got basically a lot of teams that are top 3 in the East or the West. Sacramento, you're going to get twice, and Golden State, you're going to get as well. The second Golden State games, obviously, there's even more important ground to carry on those games because you could carry it on both ends of it. Okay, let me see what we got here. What else do we have here? Defense was amazing at the end. Need more reps together. Go that accountability strain that great defenses run on. I was spending some time today. Young Masuk, who covers the Lakers covers the Clippers for ESPN and the NBA. We're talking about. I asked him. I said, "Give me your Laker perspective." Here we are. We already talked 10 minutes about the Clippers. What's your Laker perspective? His Laker perspective was pretty simple. Basically, his Laker perspective was ultimately for the Lakers. He's like, look. Because they got LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and he kept mentioning, he's like, the problem with the Lakers is they've never really got healthy. That every time one player comes in, another player comes out, and that story continues. I don't think that's going to change. Somebody keeps asking me, is there a Vando update? There is no update. Darvin Ham actually gave updates yesterday, and basically there's no updates on him, and there's no updates on Gabe Vincent. So I don't think you're going to get. I don't think we're going to have much of an update here, at least coming in the near future, and unless something changes. So if it happens, it happens. Quick shout out, Underdog Fantasy, proud partner here of Hoops Talk. By the way, use that code HoopsLA if you want to play in Underdog Fantasy. Just so you guys know just how this works. If you play daily fantasy sports, Underdog Fantasy has just a great website, and it's a great place to play. Obviously, you can do a lot of your work on the app as well. There is an offer here. If you use the code HoopsLA, they're going to match your first deposit of up to $100. So if you want to play Underdog Fantasy, please go to the website. I always play pick'ems. I play pregame, as in games that are coming up. Just showing you guys on my screen here. I go NBA. I'm going to submit my pick here. I'm going to do Steph Curry higher. I already saw a game that I liked, which was the Warriors and the Knicks. I'm going to go Steph Curry higher. I'm going to go Jalen Brunson lower. I put $20 in, a chance to make basically 3 times my money. You could put more picks. The more picks you have, obviously, the more money you can earn, but it's also tougher to get 3 in a row or 4 in a row or something along those lines. I'll put my picks in, and I actually already made my picks, but that's what I'm going with, Steph Curry and Jalen Brunson. Steph Curry higher than 26.5 points. Jalen Brunson lower than 31.5 points. If you have interest of playing Underdog Fantasy, use that code HoopsLA. I would greatly appreciate that, and I appreciate their partnership here. Okay. A couple other things I want to get into here real quick, and I'm going to read more of these comments here. Actually, let me see here. We got so many comments here. I got to get moving on these. Let's see what we got here. Lil Jimmy. Thank you for the super. I appreciate it. I liked your tweet about us not being good. Then immediately, unlike 2 seconds later, I learned never doubt a King James and the Lakers. Let's go. Yep. It's fair. I definitely doubted them after the third quarter. That's how I felt. And, I'm okay with admitting that. Again, coming into this game, I genuinely thought the Lakers taking on the Clippers without Zubats and without Paul George, you got to win this game. And to be down 20 points in the fourth quarter, start of the fourth quarter, there was no indication that Lakers were going to come back, and LeBron was incredible. And I'm more than happy to eat my own words, but that's how I felt in that moment. Now, are the Lakers good? Go win some of these games in March. Let's go win some of these games in March. And by the way, you got a really good home record. I mean, Lakers' record at home is 20-9. So it's not like they can't win games at home. Of course they can. It's not like they won't have an opportunity to beat OKC and Minnesota and Denver and Golden State and Sacramento. They'll have opportunities. Whether they do it or not, we'll have to find out because Lakers are a little bit all over the place when it comes to that. All right, a couple more comments here that I want to get into, and I want to talk a little bit about this Wizards game as well. Adam Silver wants to declare the league La NBA. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the comment there. Let me find some more of these, and we'll keep this thing going. I think I might have got this comment yesterday. We're 12-1 when Taurean Prince plays less than 25 minutes. When you're talking 12-1, that means a lot. Is that stat out there, really? I think I saw that yesterday. Look, for those who are not happy about Taurean Prince and Taurean Prince's minutes and everything else, I'm going to look at Taurean Prince and his minutes here over the last 5 games or so. 17 minutes tonight, 27 against Phoenix, 19 against San Antonio, 32 minutes, 33 minutes against Golden State and Utah. Golden State and Utah, just a reminder, Bron did not play in both of those games. He's not playing as many minutes. Since Rui went to the starting lineup, and when LeBron's healthy, I don't feel like he's playing the same amount of minutes that he was before. Yeah, so before Golden State and Utah, he played 23 against Detroit, 21 against New Orleans, 19 against Charlotte, and then he's got some minutes where he was playing. But since the Lakers have now used that starting lineup. They're 7-1 with Rui, D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, LeBron, and Anthony Davis. So in those 5 games, they're 7-1. In those in those 7 games, Taurean Prince just naturally is playing less. In the games that now that the Lakers actually have a starting lineup that it looks like they're going to go with no matter what, he is playing less minutes, and I think people are getting their wish on that. All right, SJ has photography. What a GOAT comeback. Father Time got killed today. Clippers got the eviction notice. Go Lakers. Needed that one with 2 teams above us losing today. Who lost today? The Sacramento. Oh, yeah, Sacramento lost again. Oh, and Pelicans lost again. Yeah, it's big time. That's big time. This might start getting a little more interesting, especially if some of these squads start losing. Sacramento out of nowhere, 4-6 in their last 10 games. So the Kings going the wrong way. The last team that I watched Sacramento play was the Clippers, and they looked really good against the Clippers. So I think I catch these 2 teams. I think every time I watch the Kings, they're amazing, and every time I watch the Clippers, it's an L. So everyone talking about, the Clippers a certain way. I haven't seen it, but again, they didn't have Paul George tonight. All right, see what we got here. Slee doesn't trust the chat anymore with the picks. No, I was actually doing well with you guys. I just figured since I don't have Sammy today, it'll be easier for me to coordinate. I'll get back to that. Don't worry. Bron better not sit out tomorrow. Okay, it's a good transition here. Next game, so Lakers and the Wizards. Wizards are literally one of the worst teams in the league. They're tied with the Detroit Pistons, but apparently have a tiebreaker because I don't know. I just looking at the standings. Detroit's still at the bottom. They're 9-49. They've lost 12 games in a row. 9-49. And to be honest with you, if Bron wants to sit out tomorrow, cool. Go ahead and sit out. Lakers should still win that game by 20. Then it's up to Rui and D'Angelo and Reeves and Anthony Davis and Spencer Dinwiddie and Max Christie and Cam Reddish and Jackson Hayes and all these other guys. I don't have a problem if Bron wants to sit out that game tomorrow. My issue was Bron sitting out. Which game was it? He played against No, he didn't play against Golden State, but then he played against the San Antonio Spurs. Or he played against the Pistons, but didn't play against the Utah Jazz. I thought, hey, Bron, we need you for the better game, the tougher game, not the game that's not as important. If hypothetically, for those that are throwing that comment out there about Braun, better not miss a back-to-back. I have no issues of Braun missing a back-to-back. The man's 39 years old. And if you're going to miss a back-to-back, don't you want him missing tomorrow's game? That's the game that I want him missing a back-to-back too, because the Lakers should clown the Wizards tomorrow. They should. They're 9-49. They've lost 12 games in a row. I mean, this shouldn't even be a question. Now, do the Lakers at times play with their food? Of course they do. Here's the good news in March. As tough of a schedule that the Lakers have, they don't have a back-to-back till the 26th and the 27th of the month of March. So this will be the last back-to-back for about a month. So if LeBron's going to sit a back-to-back, he can sit that one tomorrow. I'm not telling you that that's the narrative that that's going to happen, but based on one of the comments somebody made here, they'll get a day off before they play Denver, a day off before they play OKC, day off before they play Sacramento. I mean, they'll play the week of March 11th. They only play 2 games that week. They don't play Monday, Tuesday. They play Wednesday. They don't play Thursday, Friday. They play Saturday, and then they don't play Sunday. So there's going to be some opportunities for LeBron to definitely rest up. I mean, actually here, played basically 4 games in like 10 nights, which never happens in the NBA. They never get that much rest. All right, let's see what other comments we got going on here. Jordan Poole going off tomorrow. Yeah, for some reason I'm not worried about Jordan Poole. Any team that decided we're going to build our entire team on Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma as our 2 best players, I don't think you're going to go very far. And I'm not even trying to knock both of those players, but those can't be your 2 best players. And I have no idea where the Wizards are going, but that team is not a good team at all. Seiko, watch Lakers lose against the Wizards tomorrow. If they lose against the Wizards tomorrow, then yeah, I don't know what to tell you. If they lose to the Wizards tomorrow, then I'm walking from Crypto back to Pasadena. Just walking. I'll just walk with my backpack on. I'll leave my car in LA Live because I got radio on Friday anyways. So I'll just walk from the arena. I can't get on the 110 because, let's just say there's not much separation on the freeways there between the cars. So I'm going to have to just use some side streets. I'll just walk. I'll hike home. And if I don't do the post-game show, it's because I'm still hiking. Or maybe I'll live stream the post-game show while I'm walking from Crypto back to Pasadena. They better not lose. And I'm probably not walking. All right, let's see what we got here. There's a good one here. Thoughts on Spencer Slee? So he had a couple buckets, but he also missed some shots tonight for the Lakers. My thoughts on Spencer Dinwiddie, yesterday, I hadn't done this in a while. I did my Lakers talk show, my radio show, and we ended up streaming it on YouTube as well. And they 100% tap into my YouTube as well because, obviously I got a great Laker audience here. So ESPN LA's YouTube, my YouTube kind of merged together, and I was spending some time talking on the show. Trevor Lane came on. There was a lot of Dinwiddie conversation. I had people calling in who want to talk about Dinwiddie, which was a little surprising that there was that much interest. Missed a couple threes. I think he ended up with 7 points, 3 of 6 from the field, but not a – I heard J.J. Redick saying, Dinwiddie could be a good player on this team. He could be impactful. Just doesn't look comfortable yet. I mean, that's the best way that I can describe him. Just doesn't look comfortable. Took a pull-up 3 that felt like he was a little bit hesitant on. Dinwiddie will become an asset for the Lakers when he doesn't give a flying you-know-what and just comes out guns blazing. That's Dinwiddie's game. Every time I feel like Dinwiddie, whether he was in Dallas or he was in Brooklyn or whatever stops that he was at, I always thought he was most effective when Dinwiddie just wasn't thinking about whether he should be taking a shot, not taking a shot, any of that stuff. And I think so far he's trying to be, he's trying to play the right way. He's trying to do the right thing. He's on a new team. There's a lot of veterans. There's LeBron and Anthony Davis, so I get why he's a little bit hesitant. All right, see what we got here. Okay. Um, a lot of people talking about Coleman here. Somebody need to tell D'Lo to keep practicing that new 3-point shot release. I don't know what that was. I literally don't know. What I think we talked about D'Lo before. There's a part of D'Lo. D'Lo's like that guy you go to a pickup game, and he looks like he's not even sweating or giving any effort, but that's just kind of his style. He kind of rocks you to sleep with some of his play, and then next thing you know, it's like, did this dude just shoot a shot over me? I didn't even see it coming, and hits a three, and he's already walking down the other side of the floor. Like D'Lo's got kind of that a little bit of old man game, and I don't mean that as a bad thing, but he's not gonna, he's not Ja Morant that's gonna get by you. He's not. He's just his game and his style is it's very precise. It's very instinctive. He doesn't have to think. Just the game just comes very natural to him. And that shot he took was pretty. It was nylon too. Okay. Lakers still the number 9 seed. Yeah, they got a long way to go. I think this is actually. I think for me, unless you guys got any other comments that you guys want to get into or topics, let me throw this out there to you guys, and this will kind of help me as well. If there's any comment or if there's any topic or question that you guys want me to get in on, I'm okay to go a couple more minutes here. Oh, by the way, I haven't done this in a long time too. Let's do some roll call. So if you want to put in what city that you're tuning in from, the state that you're tuning in from, the country, whatever it is, let's do some roll call. We haven't done some roll call in a while, so I'll throw those in there. But if you also got any topics specific that you want me to get into, just put the question in there, and I'll do my best to get into it. We'll go a few more minutes here. Lakers still the number 9 seed. So I think that, Timothy, I think your point here is when the dust settles, you're right. They are still the number 9 seed. However, this game was so critical to them staying at the number 9 seed and still having a shot to look up at the standings and say to yourself, okay, well, how many teams are left in front? Or how far back are they from the rest of the crew? I want to say there are 3 games in the loss column on a few of these teams. So still in number 9 seed, yes, correct. But still in the number 9 seed. But what didn't happen tonight is they didn't fall back to number 10. They didn't fall back further from the Golden State Warriors. They didn't fall back further from some of those other teams in front of them. And the reason why they didn't is because LeBron was just great. That's it. I have no other way to put it. LeBron was great. LeBron saved the Los Angeles Lakers tonight. There was nothing that the Clippers could have done to stop LeBron tonight. And in that fourth quarter, whether it was hitting big threes or setting up other guys, they just had no answer for him. All right, let me see some more here. I think I heard something about LeBron taking less money next year so we can pick a third star. Is this true? Not something I've heard. And to be honest with you, I would not depend on that. Bron is at a stage of his career where I think he's going to get every dime that he knows he deserves, because there is 100%, 100%, there is a lot a lot of interest, or not interest, but he's going to try to get as much money as he can at this stage because he knows how much tickets he sells and how critical he is to not just the organization, but the league as well. I mean, he's still box office. Let's put it that way. Let's see. This is not an awful idea. Not an awful idea. Maybe at some point. Cal State Fullerton in the house. Thank you for tuning in. Temple City, University of Newcastle, Australia. Anaheim in the house. Germany in the house. Guam in the house. Reseda, California. Thank you for being a part of the show. San Jose. Chicago. Waikiki Beach. Thank you for being a part of the show. Lakewood, Michigan. Johannesburg, South Africa. That's awesome. Thank you, Seiko, for being here. Phoenix in the house. Philippines, always appreciate Philippines being a part of it. South Pasadena, we're neighbors here. Brownsville, New York. East LA in the house. Fresno, California in the house. Let's see what else we got. Who is responsible for the team coming out flat, coach or LeBron? It's a good question. I think a little bit of both, but your coach has to be the first person that you point to, and then your leaders after that. If you guys see it in a different order, that's fine. But I hate when we come out the way we do. Coming out so many times at the Lakers, I thought tonight as well. You just kind of you just assume it's going to be another one of those games. Linwood, California, it was one of those games until the fourth quarter. Los Santos in the house. DC in the house. Let's see what else we got here. Brookport, Illinois. Thank you for being a part of the show. LBC in the house. Thank you for being a part of the show. Clippers choked. Schedule getting harder. Timothy does not want to give the Lakers any credit tonight. Braun ain't taking less. I'm with you on that one. Alan, serious take. Adam talked to Silver about bringing the team to Seattle by 24, early 25. What do you think? They have an NFL, MLB. Yeah, Seattle's going to have a team. No question about it. Bless me. I know. It happens a lot. I get it. All right, let's see what else we have here. Damn. Vancouver in the house. Southgate in the house. People saying bless you. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to end the show on this. And somebody wants a Kobe story. Little Jimmy wants a Kobe story. I got a good Kobe story. You guys are going to like this. So, Little Jimmy says, can you share a quick Kobe story? Always thinking about the Lakers GOAT on good nights like this. Miss him. R.I.P. Kobe, R.I.P. GG. By the way, if you guys have not made your way to crypto to go see that statue, go check it out at some point. Okay, quick Kobe story that I have here. This is a very, very early on Kobe story. This is my 15th year working in LA at ESPN. So this isn't even an ESPN LA story, but it's a Kobe story. I used to work at a sports radio station down in San Diego, and the Mighty 1090 is what it was called. And the Lakers used to have training camp, at least for a little bit. They did training camp down in San Diego at USD, the University of San Diego. So it's a private college down there. And one year I found out the Lakers were going to do training camp down there. So I asked the radio station, I'm like, hey, you guys mind if I go cover this? You know, obviously I don't think anybody else is going to be covering it. Let me go cover it. They knew I'm a big Laker fan, everything else. So they're like, sure, go ahead and cover it. So I get down there. I get down to USD. I have 0.0% experience in the field. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I had no idea what's going on. But I know And listen, I'm not an idiot, so I'm going to go down there. I'm going to be professional. I'm going to try to cover the Lakers, try to cover them properly. I got my voice recorder with me. I'm going to go try to grab a couple sound bites, and then maybe we could play that at the radio station, and they could say, all right, Al was down at Lakers training camp. So I get down there. You guys remember Jack Haley? Jack Haley was a Laker, kind of was where Dennis Rodman went. He passed away, unfortunately, a few years back. Jack Haley's down there. I'm looking, and there's some other Laker reporters. I'm like, oh, my gosh, how cool is this? University of San Diego. I'm going to cover the Lakers. When I tell you I had 0.0% experience, I had 0.0% experience. So this is the first year that Shaq got traded. Remember, Lakers losing the NBA Finals to the Pistons. There's some turmoil. What are the Lakers going to do? Kobe's kind of threatening he's going to leave the Lakers. Was that then? Well, anyways, it's the first year that that Shaq decides, or the Lakers decide, okay, we're shipping Shaq out. We're choosing Kobe over Shaq. Shaq, you're gone. You're going to Miami. So then just a couple months later, training camp starts. So the Lakers have a training camp where there's no Shaquille O'Neal, but there's Kobe Bryant. So I get there, and they let us into the gym, the practice facility. And right when I get there, I'm like looking around. I'm like, oh, man, this is awesome. Oh, my gosh. Okay, hey, there's this player, there's that player. And I look over to my right. There's Kobe. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I just assume they opened up practice. I just walk up to Kobe, right? That's what you're supposed to do. I'm supposed to get my recorder. I'm supposed to go up there, and I'm supposed to introduce myself to Kobe and get some sound bites. Let's call it a freaking day. So I do that. I start walking over towards Kobe. I start going towards Kobe, and Kobe gives me a look like, hey, I know you're not coming over to talk to me. And I give Kobe a look like, hey, I think I'm coming over to talk to you. So as I get closer to Kobe, Kobe's, he's closer, what the hell is this? What the hell does this guy think he's doing? So I get up to Kobe. I'm like, hey, Kobe, hey, I hope you don't mind, but I work for the local sports radio station 1090. Was just going to get a couple sound bites. And he said, no. And I paused because I didn't know. Genuinely, I'm like, well, what does Kobe mean? Does he mean no, he doesn't mind, or no? Like, no, you're not getting any sound bites. So I asked him that question. I said, Kobe, know that you don't mind, or no? And he goes, no. I'm like, okay. And then I left Kobe, and I look over to my left, and Sasha had just been drafted and probably has never had a reporter come up to him. So I went for the safe route, went with Sasha, spent a good 5 minutes with Sasha, and I remember that story as vivid as possible. So you wanted a Kobe story, little Jimmy? There's my Kobe story. It's the time that Kobe told me, I don't know what the hell you think you're doing, but you're not coming here to interview me. And I looked at him like, I think I'm coming to interview you. That's one of my favorite Kobe stories, to be honest with you. That was Kobe at a time where Kobe's like, Al, what the hell are you doing, my brother? What the hell are you doing, my brother? Okay, Estonia in the house. I appreciate you being a part of the show. Okay, so this is the team. That's right. Kobe, Lamar Odom, Smush Parker, Chris Mim, Kwame. That's the team. Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. Kobe, I guess I think there were other people watching me too. Like, is this idiot going up to Kobe? And my response was, yes, I am the idiot going up to Kobe because I don't know any better. Okay, Laker fans, that's all we got tonight. That was a solid almost 50 minutes of Lakers basketball. I got people asking me, no Kobe bodyguards. No, not out of practice. There is a way to get it done. That's not exactly the way to get it done. Where the way I eventually learned was there's certain times that all these guys talk. So it's, okay, hey, it's Kobe's turn to talk, and then all the reporters come to Kobe, and everybody asks their questions, and there's the public relations guy. Yeah, I just kind of skipped all that part. I skipped all that part there. Okay. Lakers, big-time win. Unbelievable comeback. LeBron special tonight. There's no other way to put it. I really have no other way to put it, but LeBron was special tonight. And the Lakers get a really, really important win against the Clippers. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I mentioned a couple of days back that they got to split Phoenix and the Clippers. Didn't really matter which one, but just split it. Go 1-1. They split. So that part, mission accomplished. Did it take a 39-16 fourth quarter? It did. But sometimes it doesn't matter how you get there. You just got to get there. So big time win for the Lakers. I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. What's tomorrow? Wednesday or Thursday? Tomorrow after the Lakers take on the Wizards, we'll come back right here. The question is, will I just be sitting here doing the postgame show, or will I be walking home from crypto? They're not losing tomorrow. We're going to be fine, and I'm not going to walk anyways. Okay, like Fitz. Appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for tuning in.